He is the beloved butler of Batman, and in other cases, he is the bodyguard of Bruce Wayne. Alfred Pennyworth is one of the most important characters in the Bat family, always being the one who never let Bruce cross the line on his journey, and even being a very present figure in the lives of the Robins. But do you know his history? Stay tuned in the video to learn all about Alfred's history in both comics and other media. Alfred Pennyworth is the British butler and caretaker of the Wayne family. He took on the role of legal guardian of Bruce Wayne after the murders of Bruce's parents, Dr. Thomas Wayne and his wife Martha. First appearance: Alfred first appeared in the comics in the 1940s, in Batman number 16, but the character that appeared in the comics was quite different from what we are used to seeing. He was an amateur and clumsy detective who wore a hunter's hat, smoked a pipe, and, although well-intentioned, his efforts often hindered Batman more than they helped him. However, when Batman made his first live-action appearance in the 1943 series, his butler was portrayed by William Austin, a tall, slim man with a small mustache and an English accent. This was a significant departure from the original character's look, but it was successful. The DC editors wanted the comic version of Alfred to resemble his cinematic counterpart. So, in Detective Comics number 83, January 1944, Alfred took a vacation at a health resort, where he slimmed down and grew a mustache. This look has remained with the character ever since, surviving the apparent death of the Earth 1 version of Alfred, in Detective Comics number 328 in 1964, and his resurrection, in Detective Comics number 356 in 1966. This ended up being one of the first cases where an adaptation's look influenced the character's appearance in the comics. The post-crisis Alfred was the first Alfred to have been Bruce Wayne's butler since childhood, raising Bruce after his parents' death. The Earth 2 and Earth 1 Alfreds came to work for Bruce after he became Batman. The idea that Alfred raised Bruce was introduced in the Super Friends animation and brought into the comics in Batman: The Dark Knight Returns before being incorporated into the main continuity. Origin: born as Alfred Beagle, he grew up in England and joined the army when he came of age. He served in various conflicts worldwide, gaining skills as a field medic. After retiring from the army, he became an actor and later a teacher at MI5, instructing agents in subterfuge through the use of stagecraft. During this time, Alfred received a special mission, lending his services to MI7. After this mission ended, Alfred was forced to retire from service, adopt a new identity, and move to the United States of America. Alfred legally changed his last name to Pennyworth and began working as a butler for the Wayne family, carrying on the family tradition as desired by his father. After several months, Alfred expressed his desire to return home to continue acting. However, these plans were forgotten when young Bruce returned home early from school after being bullied. Alfred taught Bruce to strategically defeat the bully instead of using brute force. With Alfred's teachings, young Bruce was able to handle his bully problem. Alfred continued as the family's butler at Bruce's request. After the murders of Thomas and Martha Wayne, Bruce avoided becoming a ward of the state by falsifying records and bribing social workers. Alfred acted as Bruce's guardian alongside Leslie Tompkins until Bruce left Gotham at 14. Alfred and Leslie were drawn to each other during their guardianship, and after Bruce left, they began a romantic relationship. They saw each other casually until the events of Nightfall. Alfred remained as the sole guardian of Wayne Manor until Bruce Wayne's eventual return after many years of study and training. It was upon his return that he supported Bruce's plan to reclaim Gotham City from criminals and assisted him in the best way he could. Alfred tended to Bruce's wounds after his first outing, but only after Bruce discovered a bat in the office that inspired him to don a costume to strike fear into criminals. When Lieutenant Gordon and his wife visited Wayne Manor while investigating the Batman, Alfred helped Bruce disguise himself as a millionaire playboy and thus evade suspicion of Bruce's involvement in Batman's attacks on the city's mafia. Before we continue, if you also appreciate Alfred and believe he is an extremely important figure in Bruce Wayne's development, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Every day you will receive videos and stay up to date on what's happening in DC and Marvel. After a successful first year, Alfred became Batman's most trusted ally, often providing everything to make the Dark Knight's quest easier. Alfred became a father figure to Bruce, whom he regarded as his own son. He also played a significant role in including Dick Grayson as Bruce Wayne's ward in his smooth transition to becoming Robin, the Boy Wonder. However, in an effort to rectify past mistakes with Bruce, Alfred made an effort to be more of a friend to Dick than he ever was to Bruce. As a result of this conscious effort, Alfred kept tabs on Tony Zuko, the man who killed Dick's parents, and he would always appeal to the parole board to keep the criminal locked up in prison when captured by Batman and Robin. Alfred did this for 11 years, hiding the truth from Dick and Bruce, but in the final year, his efforts were in vain and Zuko was released. Although Alfred considered it a profound personal failure, all outstanding issues between Zuko, Dick, and Bruce were promptly resolved. Resignation. In the Batman story arc Nightfall, Bruce had his back broken by Bane, but this didn't make him abandon his heroic instinct, as people close to him were in danger. Alfred tried to get Bruce to rest, but Bruce was determined in his mission, forcing Alfred to tender his resignation, as he wouldn't stand watching Bruce kill himself. As his final act, Alfred went to Wayne Manor to retrieve his belongings, clean the house, and ask Jean-Paul Azrael, who became Batman at the time, to help Bruce if he could. After that, Alfred moved away from Gotham City and Bruce's life. Months later, Dick Grayson tracked Alfred down to London, where he managed to convince him to return to America. In the most recent phases of the main Batman comic, Alfred Pennyworth met his end at the hands of Bane in the storyline written by Tom King. Batman was gravely injured and was out with Catwoman recovering. Bane and Thomas Wayne from the Flashpoint timeline had taken over Gotham City. The villains were now their brutal police force, and the slightest infraction could result in death. Bane and Thomas Wayne kept Alfred hostage as a warning to the Bat family members to stay out of the city. Damian disregarded this warning, first facing Victor Zash and Scarecrow, then Thomas Wayne, but was easily defeated by this Batman version. Thomas took the boy to City Hall, where he made him watch as Bane broke Alfred's neck. Billionaire, Alfred amassed a fortune after years of working for Bruce, and after his passing, his inheritance went to Dick Grayson, who became a billionaire, becoming even richer than Bruce Wayne, who at the time had lost much of his fortune in the Joker War storyline. Skills. Alfred has a surprising skill set for a common butler. While he understands delicate etiquette, he also knows how to fight and act as an improvised surgeon for Bruce Wayne and the Bat family. This is explained by his background in the military, sometimes in the British Army and sometimes in the Secret Service as a spy. The backstory of our beloved butler has had several versions over the years. His surgical training came from a period as a doctor in the Royal Air Force, and he was also connected to the Royal Marines, the British Guards, and the Special Air Service of the British Army. This military past explains his familiarity with firearms, injuries, and hand-to-hand combat. Actor. Pennyworth spent several years as an actor and makeup artist after leaving the armed forces and before coming to the United States, a career choice approved by his mother but hated by his father. His experience with makeup and costumes helps him create disguises and fix various damaged batsuits in the field. His stage experience also helps him convincingly tell the various lies he has had to invent over the years, and even helps him make a very convincing impression of Bruce Wayne on the phone from time to time. Julia Pennyworth. Although Alfred is a father figure to Bruce, he also has a biological daughter. In the pre-crisis period, his daughter, Julia Remarque, was originally revealed as a result of a fling Alfred had while serving with the British forces in France during World War II. Her mother was Mademoiselle Marie, a member of the French Resistance, and Julia was raised by her mother's friend, Jacques, without Alfred knowing of her existence. Later, in the New 52, she appeared in Batman Eternal as a resentful girl with abandonment issues, angry because her long-lost father is just the butler of a rich playboy, as far as she knew. However, after Alfred was attacked by the villain Hush and infected with a fear toxin, Julia discovered the Batcave and took on her father's role to coordinate the efforts of the Bat family. However, after Alfred's death, Julia cut ties with the Bat family for not protecting her father. Dressed as Batman, Alfred wore the Batsuit for the first time as a disguise in the 1960s Batman TV series, with his disguise complemented by a small microphone created to make Alfred's voice sound like Bruce's. Even in 2004's The Batman, we see him don the Dark Knight's uniform to protect Bruce's secret identity, and also in Brave and the Bold. More recently, Alfred donned the Batsuit again in Batman, Rebirth, where he jumped behind the wheel of the Batmobile to help Batman. Defeated Superman. In the Injustice comics, Superman breaks Batman's back, paralyzing him. Alfred, witnessing this, takes a nanotechnology pill that gives him super strength and invulnerability, and proceeds to defeat Superman. TV series. Alfred got a TV series to call his own, titled Pennyworth. The series features Jack Bannon as Alfred Pennyworth, a former British Special Forces soldier who goes to work for Bruce Wayne's father, Thomas, in 1960s London. Movies. Something that might be unanimous among fans is that so far in cinemas, there hasn't been an Alfred that the public didn't like. Although there have been different versions with each new Batman release, all the actors who portrayed Alfred did very well in their roles, and in every movie, Alfred had his moment to shine, helping Bruce in his development. Do you agree with this too? Do you also think Alfred is a fundamental character within the Bat family? Write in the comments, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications so you can always stay well informed about everything happening in DC and Marvel. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.